Behold, a cold open. Hey man, sorry I'm late.
Oh, hey, dude.
Yeah, my bad on taking so long to get out here. I know you've been asking, but been busy.
Oh, did you get a job?
Not that busy. So what is it you wanted to show me?
What? Oh, yeah. Check out this bug I found.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You were saying I had to come over for like weeks.
Yeah.
For the bug?
Yeah.
The bug is fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't there something else? Like you were telling me about some new thing you invented?
Oh, art?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Anime Sickos podcast. It is the podcast for geniuses and the only podcast where we look at the four pillars of modern misery: anime, gaming, posting, and jobs. I am Tom, an anime sicko.
So I've been away for a little bit. We do mustard now. Is that it's all mustard?
Is a 100% mustard-based podcast. No,
Okay, you said weird era. You weren't lying. Okay, yeah. No, I'm Joe Anderson, the normal co-host. But if you are a recent new listener, you probably are aware that there's a wonderful rotating cast of dumb shit, and I say that with laudatory. Please understand, dumb shit is like the highest praise.
But please further understand that although there is a wide ecosystem of hilarious and charming Sickos collaborators who are so generous as to give their time to...
And pay. Those mustards are like expensive.
That was Andrew Sherman. He paid both me and Colin.
He bankrolled the mustards.
Because Colin was like, I'd like to do Condiment Kids too. And I'd be like, yeah, but it's too expensive. I can't do it in my unemployment. And Andrew was like, I will pay any amount of money to make Condiment Kids 2 happen. And he did. But although all of our extended Sicko universe is great and great people, very funny, some of the best people you'll ever see, the fact is, Joe is the funniest one, and every episode that comes out without him, the show is weaker. So thank you for coming back, Joe. And you know what else makes the show stronger is when you give us 5 of them dollar bills, which has been done most recently by Betsy Cardinal. Thank you, Betsy.
The thing about $5 is, as I figure out my medical problems, the doctor said if I keep getting increments of $5, they'll like search on the computer faster.
Yeah.
They'll clack on the keyboard.
They'll go on WebMD and write down what they thought they heard you say because they weren't really paying attention and be like, you ever heard, tried fucking aspirin, bro?
Oh, man. It's been an experience, but Tom came by recently to, one, hang out, but also do something that was like so crucial. It was like very needed.
You have often texted me like, my life's hell, dude. There's no hope, and I can't achieve anything that I need to do around the house. And I'm like, I'm happy to come help because I always have nothing to do. Then the red receipt doesn't show up for the rest of the day, and I'm like, uh-oh. And you finally were like, come help me do a chore. And I'm like, Joe, this is the funnest thing that you could have possibly, like, yes.
So the chore, I needed help with the chore for 2 reasons. One, my hand was fucked. It just really hurt. So typing was bad. And the other thing is I had to do a cover letter for a position that was like actually like a good fit that doesn't suck. And because of that, I just like couldn't just do, hello, looking forward to hearing from you, you bitch. See ya.
Yeah. Seeing a position rather, that's like really exactly in your skill set that you would be good for, almost hurts more than being able to be like, there ain't nothing out there, because like, oh shit, I have to care.
Yeah. And Tom came by and he and I wrote the cover letter together, and it was just like psychic torture because like we were both just like workshopping and massaging the most anti-human language back to each other. Just imagine every bullet point on a resume or like something that would show up as a fun little factoidy statement on a cover letter. It's like we had to like ping pong it back and forth like with our mouths, and but like when it was in my mouth, it's all razor blades, and I spit it to you, and
Yeah.
then and then you spit it out, and it's more blood.
It cuts me way up, and then I open up a green barrel and pour ooze on it and shoot it back out, so they're poisoned now.
And like the psychic horror aspect of it was that like the minute you say it, you forget the meaning of what you just said. It's like this is language so empty of purpose that like I'm thinking for whatever reason of like how Wolverine when he got like head trauma, his regenerative factor just made him forget the bad stuff. So it's just like our bodies were trying to do that. They were like, no, like don't you got the words out. Don't say them again. Don't think about them again. Don't say KPI.
We did. It sucked. I don't. Okay. Sidebar. What the hell are you talking about? Wolverine healed his brain so that he only remembered good memories. When did this happen? I guess in X-Men at some point.
I think this is probably in one of the comics. I don't know. I do not respect American comics. The X-Men just fuck each other. What do I need to know exactly?
That's
but
true.
anyway,
That's true.
In the I think it was the Wolverine standalone movie, of which there was an Xbox 360 game that was pretty good because it actually had like his flesh falling off as he gets shot and shit, and it grows back. Yeah, that was pretty good. But anyway, I think the ending of that movie is he's got adamantium skeleton, yes, and I think what happens is he gets shot in the adamantium skull with an adamantium bullet, and then like it just like erases his brain or something. Like the regenerative stuff like just covers up the trauma or something. But basically he just gets his mind wiped by shooting the same thing his skull is made out of into his skull.
And that's why we never mentioned the events of this game ever again. That's so fucking funny. That like, how do we get Wolverine to amnesia, all this shit, so we never mention it again? Oh, his healing brain is like, these memories are bad. So they're kind of like an injury when you really think about it. So I'm going to just make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, no, but what we were doing, the writing process, I got to talk about this writing process because it was a nightmare. We both worked at the writing center at DePaul University. And as such, we were
good at it. I want to say that right now. We were so fucking good at it. It's like that and radio stuff are like the two skill vectors where I'm like, man, I crushed it. Too bad that's never happening for me again, but I fucking crushed it.
So the pedagogy that you work with at the writing center is basically like, forget that you're writing an essay because there's so much fucking baggage attached to essays, especially with students, especially with weak students. And DePaul University has weak students by the bucket full.
You also come with students who are like nervous. It's like, oh, this professor is looking for X, and it's like this is just something they're like kind of projecting, which is not like a bad thing, but like let's look at what's actually in front of us.
Yes, and so like let's forget the expectations. Let's forget the school part. Like legitimately, like here's just what the professor is doing is they're asking you a question. What do you think the answer is? And they would say what they think the answer is, and like, okay, you have just spoken out loud your outline to me. Let us like break this up into bullet points and then see if we can like spin up a few more ideas about that. I'll Socratic method you. I'll say, well, what about this? What about this counterexample? And then you answer me, and then we'd be at the essay. And then the actual work of the essay is just taking what you said and putting it into words on a page, as opposed
also,
to
if people are struggling to write at like this kind of level, sitting down and getting words out of them is like amazing. It's like, holy shit, yes, I'm able to like, instead of like trying to write and evaluate what I'm writing at the same time, I can do one and then the other.
Yes. It's so funny how like everyone can yap and people think they can't write. And it's like, if you can yap, you can write. It's the fucking same.
Just write down what you just yapped.
Yes.
Just do it. Just do it.
Point being, we were doing what I would call the devil's version of that, which is Joe had bulleted out all of the things that the job application said were requirements and duties. And he was like, I will now create my own bulleted list of things that I know and have done at previous
It's even
positions.
just the most recent job. It's you are looking for blank. I just got done doing fuck, and like just doing that like for 5 rows on a table.
Yes. And so we had like the actual answers, and then we're like, okay, cracks knuckles. Time to make this shit suck. Because you can't just say, like, I did a good job and made sure that there were no errors in the process by looking at data trends.
You also can't be like honest, which is like, yes, this was my responsibility, and every week I was like, fuck, and and then I took care of it, and no one knew. But like, even though I did this work, saying it to you, and this is I think my struggle with interviews a lot in general. It's just like I'm talking about a dead person, a person that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that person was able to sit at the computer for like 14 hours a day. Like, do you understand how fucking dead they are? They're gone. They are in the tar pit.
Yeah, I mean, we often say, I don't actually know if we say this on the show. If we haven't, it's very important that we get this on the mic, so I'm glad I'm doing it now. The versions of Tom and Show that you will listen to on Anime Sickos episodes from like 2021 and earlier, those people may as well have never existed. The things
This
they did will
fucking
never be done.
podcast is just, hey, do you want to, over the course of 5 years, watch these two guys accrue debuffs? Do you want that?
I mean, say what you will about like, oh, the podcast's about, posting. It's about the modern life. Like, no, what it's about is a character's study, a tragedy.
It's about,
scale.
I got this friend who's at his limit.
We're going to do a chair company episode later.
I want to just state this here. One of the things I am doing, because we've talked about this previously, Tom and I, and we've said this on the show, is the no input problem, where it's like if you don't watch anything. I'm not saying like, oh, you have to watch your shows to fix all your problems. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you have nothing but the inside of your head, and that's all that's ever in there, you don't put anything else in there, the churn will not occur. You need some churn. And that said, I've really set up a concerted effort to watch a little bit stuff every day, which I know sounds stupid and not that big of a deal, but it's a problem of mine. And would you believe it fucking whips?
Chair Company, so
Chair
good.
Company. You know what? I was in the shower today and I was thinking, literally, Chair Company and the Ozarks are like the same thing, like in terms of like pacing and intensity, and just like one of them is stupid.
Oh man, okay, because I know you mentioned years ago that you watched Ozarks, and you're like, it's actually pretty good. It's like the Breaking Bad with Jason Bateman, right?
Yeah, it's instead of meth, the thing they're doing is money laundering for a cartel or whatever. But it's like the prestige TV thing where it's like everything keeps going wrong for this family, to the point where it's like, yes, they are like obviously like doing criminal stuff, but just like the amount of bad shit coming their way is hysterical if you just like think about it in like in like just objective terms. Like when you're watching the show, you're engrossed. You're just like, oh fuck, how are they gonna get out of this? But like if you just take a step back, it is objectively insane, all the stuff they are dealing with, and it's honestly kind of funny. And Share Company is just like, this is a realistic look at that amount of stuff happening.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it to realize it's funny. They make it funny for you. This needs, I don't want to get too much more into Chair Company because I want you to finish the first season and we could do an entire episode on it, because it definitely requires and calls for an entire episode worth of focus, because it's so goddamn good. Is it the best Tim Robinson project? I think nothing will beat Detroiters, but it is really right up there.
Dude, it feels like in Kengan Ashura when a guy evolves one of his techniques. I feel like this is a Tim Robinson evolution. It's just like he had his shit, and now he figured out a new way to do the Devil Lance.
Yes.
Because like yes, all the Tim Robbins shit is happening. Insane sentences are being said at you, like nonstop. But also like it gets scary. You know what I mean? He like found out how to keep doing his shit while also juggling like other like tones, and it's awesome.
It's unbelievable. But what were we talking about? We were talking about that stupid bullshit cover letter. Joe, oh my God. have not done a lot of the cover letters recently my own self because I too was at my limit, and I was just like, I don't have the fucking mental fortitude to put myself through this again, because the process of applying and writing these fucking letters is just hurting me. It is purely a self-esteem destroying machine. The only result is, oh, I guess I am a failure in all ways forever. So I haven't been doing it.
And this is also the perfect, like literally the perfect case for AI in the sense that what it is doing is inhuman and not important. It's not like a cherished human interaction, a cover letter, but it still also sucks to do it that way because you're using it that way. Oh, fuck. Like it's,
I did it once where I was just like, here's the thing, here's my resume, put it together, man. And like the amount of time that I spent looking it over and making it not sound like shit, I was at the end, I'm like, it would take me just as much time to just fucking copy all of the bullet points into a fucking table and then respond to them just like you did. And god damn it. But like I went on vacation to my sister's house for Thanksgiving with all my family. And I got recharged. I'm like, my mood is so much better now that I had a change of scenery and like have social experiences in an extended period, that like, fuck, I owe it to myself to be applying again. And man, that shit sucks so fucking bad. And I've applied for some jobs that are like, oh, this is a perfect fit that I would like not be mad to have. No, fuck, my hopes are up.
I just want someone to be like, you work in a mine now. And I'm like, fine.
Dude, because like people have said, Tom, this is a perfect opportunity for you to pivot into a new career. Why don't you like go back to school or learn something?
Pivot. I wasn't even on the ground before. What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. And it's just like, if you would be so fucking kind as to tell me the good job that pays well and won't lay me off, I will go to school for that ASAP. But I don't know what
I
it is.
also assume every industry has some like ticking time bomb awfulness that is ready to pop for everything that I'm unaware of, and then I find out about it.
Yes. And like the thing we've spoken about in the past is like, oh, accountants, that always will need accountants. But you look into like, should I become an accountant? And people are like, no, you'll be working like 30-hour days for months, like the first 4 months of the year. You'll be a living dead man and want to die. And also it only pays a little bit of money. And I'm just like, fuck.
Would you say 30-hour days or 30-hour weeks?
Because I was saying like 30-hour days as a hilarious joke.
Okay, cool. I was about to become an accountant for real.
I didn't complaining about their grueling 30-hour weeks.
These pussies.
But that said, as much as it was a sort of self-flagellation session to be translating your human words into business speak, where we talked about KPIs and collaborating with key team members.
Sucks. And so many of them are like, there are honestly 2 bullet points. Explain a technical skill specifically, to show you're the worm.
That's honestly it. That's what we're wormifying the fucking language. It's like this. Essentially, you're not even communicating what you're actually putting on the page. What you're communicating is like, this is how much dignity I'm willing to give up for you, and you're not even paying me yet. Think of how
doing this for free. That's a very good point. I am doing this groveling, this floor licking, this ass shaking on on my dime. This is at no cost to you. This is pure sick pleasure for you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think, like, I just also believe no one ever gets hired. I believe that all this stuff never actually results in a phone call. I believe it's not that, like, I didn't get the position. I believe no one ever actually gets a position.
I don't know if I'm 100% there, but I'm definitely very there. I'm sure there are some real job listings that do lead to hires. However, I get regular job update emails from various job application boards that I signed up to when I first lost my job in September of 2024. And I have been getting digests of the hot jobs that match my skill set for over a year. And Joe, I still get emails about like, woo, hot new job opportunity for a position that I applied for and was rejected for in September of 2024. And I'm like, that's fucking fake.
Yeah, and also just do it again. Maybe they won't notice they hate you already. Like I don't. What is the information being presented there? Like what are you supposed to do with that?
The information is just like, oh, they put this job posting up as a gag. It's for aesthetics. So their website looks better. Oh, God. It's so like we are so good at fucking groveling and letting our dignity go, and yet no one wants it.
No one wants it. All I want to do is honestly hunt and break open those Cocoa delivery robots now. I want a job doing that.
Yes. You know what they should do? The delivery robot company. And I know this would be helping the enemy in a way, but they should just have like hunters to like trouble like what like
Oh,
you
no,
know
a competitor should have hunters. It's like, hey, we are trying to be Bobo, the also food delivery service, and we need you to fucking be whalers. Get in
yeah,
your ionic with a spear and fucking
dude.
crack those guys. It's like you kill a whale and there's Thai food inside. That's sick as hell.
Unfortunately, when you kill a whale, it's actually Japanese food inside of it.
And the other thing, these fucking robots really stress me out because the way they wait at the corners for sidewalks is like they're like trying to work up the guts to kill themselves. Like they're just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. And they're like, oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. And they do that, and it's like Ashland Avenue, and there's like 100 cars, and like it is rush hour, and it's very scary. And you're waiting to cross, and I can't look at anything else because I'm like, dude, if a huge Kid Crusher truck hits this thing, like the food is going everywhere.
So are you're seeing these in your daily life? They're not in my neighborhood.
They're everywhere, but not everywhere. I shouldn't say everywhere. I'd say they are
Not rare. Yeah.
they're not rare, and I think that's a combination between obviously there's a lot of restaurants, but there's UICs right near me, so there's just like a lot of
Oh.
student delivery type stuff. I honestly think the first instance of it I saw might have actually been at a UIC like program, like attempting to use it, but like the restaurant that's kind of near the where my kid goes to school has them. Like they're not rare, and also they generally just like I think the standard way to have them is they just like hang outside the restaurant like they're a bike on a rack, kind of.
What I'm wondering about, because again I haven't seen them, is recently there was a large snowfall in Chicago, and since then there has been enough days that are above 32 with a lot of sun, and enough days where there's sort of a pissy sleet that the snow has become crunchy and disgusting and sort of like half frozen and just awful and wet. And there's a lot of brown water accompanying it, especially at crosswalks. There's a lot of crosswalks that I have to jump over a big ridge of fucking foul slush and poo poo water.
Yeah, it's kind of just like several inches of rainbow sludge because of all the oil.
So, how do these stupid robots handle that shit?
I honestly don't know. I believe the discourse, and this is actually like worth talking about, is that they should fucking drive on the bike lane streets and not on the sidewalks where people walk. Which no, I think, and they should be the car's problem. They should be like in the street because I'm serious. It's like protect the pedestrians, just fuck cars. Like I think that's like the debate happening, and I don't know how that works.
The reason I gasp is because, in my view, then they don't become the car's problem. They become bike riders' problems. Because I don't think those things are fucking booking it at bike speeds. And there's a lot of protected bike lanes in Chicago that have like curbs on either side that are about as wide as these fucking robots. So if it's puttering around at 1 mile per hour, that's that lane fucked.
Yeah, I don't know what the right, but this is interesting because it's like, okay, well, we now have a private commercial interest that is now occupying space, which is like, do we all agree that we don't walk on sidewalks because of delivery robots now? Like, this has to kind of get ironed out a little bit.
Well, actually, that's an incredible segue to our next topic, because I feel, Joe, that there is a large push in society in general to recontextualize the human being in the general society as a mechanical being, a cog, you should say, but like a unit of machinery whose sole purpose is to create efficiency units. And if there are other mechanisms that can create more efficiency units in a shorter time, then obviously any human, being a mechanized unit, would understand that they must cede control of the world to that new thing. For example, if you want to fucking walk on the sidewalk, what are you doing? You're having a good time with your emotions? Fuck your emotions. We're in efficiency world now. You're a machine. Stop
Yeah, there's a
having
burrito
those.
taxi. Now, this is the burrito taxi everyone was actually talking about. It's literally just for the burrito. I mean,
There's not even a guy who like can listen to music as he delivers it. It's just the burrito.
it's the same problem with like all the driverless cars. It's like when this starts happening, it's like this is just put upon the public.
Yep. You can't have any say in it because you would probably have an emotional, irrational response to it. And we're actually moving past that. And we want to have more efficiency. And actually, we got to go towards AI and all that. And well, that's something happened in that same trend that really hit close to home for both of us, which is the company Micron, which makes chips, announced that their line of consumer RAM chips, RAM sticks, Crucial, which is one of the top of the line brands for good RAM for your gaming PC, that has been around for years.
If you weren't buying Crucial, you're a fucking moron. Like, just
Yeah,
buy Crucial.
only reason you wouldn't buy Crucial is if you're on an insane budget crunch, in which case, why are you building your own PC? Crucial is the brand to
And
get.
it doesn't look like the Rip Jaws or whatever those things are.
Yeah, it doesn't look like something like a cyber ninja would say nothing personnel kid and pull out and draw it across your neck, and then like a glowing red line would appear across your neck and your head would slide off and the edges would be sizzling because it's hot. It's like normal. It's like Noctua fans where it's just like, this is boring. Like, we have made this look boring because you're an adult. And I'm like, thank God I am.
Well, they're no longer making it. So the latest news out of Crucial specifically is, um, like previously, you go to a computer store and like you'd go to, oh, I'd like to buy RAM, and there'd be a bunch of like Crucial stuff available, and you could buy it if you like that. Now they're not going to. Now everything is going directly to AI data centers and shit like that. So the treats
Yeah.
still exist, but they have to go into the dumpster.
I said this to you on the day when we were first talking about this, and it becomes more and more true and more apt as a image in my head as I think on it. It is as though Kraft, the large multinational food conglomerate that makes such things as macaroni and cheese, were to just announce like, hello, we're going to keep on making food products. However, it is more profitable to throw them directly into a huge incinerator instantly upon their completion. They will no longer be available in stores or for consumers. We thank you for your attention in this matter.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It there's a lot of converging vectors here. The most obvious one is the powers that be never want you to own a computer anymore. Like the idea that you could have a local computing entities is obviously hateful to them now because they want everything to be AI and whatever.
Yeah.
But here's like the real issue. The real fucking issue is every 3 or 4 years, computer upgrades are my little treat. So
Yes.
it's I'm like not even like a huge like PC enthusiast guy. I just like it's like my thing. Like it's like I have this kind of like this like mostly restored car in my garage. Okay, and I like
Mm-hmm.
go and I hang out and I look at it and I play Vampire Survivors on it, and it's just like I don't know. It's like something that every few years when I get money and time, it's like, oh, I need to replace this or whatever. It's a nice little treat. It's a hobby that's fun because, yes, it is just like an extension of gaming or whatever, but I physically manipulate an object, I replace parts, shit like that, things that feel good. It's just like, it's gone. Now it's got to go away.
Yeah. I mean, people describe it, especially when they're trying to sell people on it who are afraid to build their own PC. It's like, it's not as hard as all that. It's like adult Legos because, like, the motherboard has slots that make satisfying clicks when you put the things in. And it's like, oh, that makes sense. It was actually easy to do that. Huh. Why was I so scared? It's like if Lego was like, hello, you know, the pieces that are like 4 pips in a row, like a long Tetris piece that are just kind of like long rectangles. Uh, yeah, we're sending those straight to the dump. And you can't get them. It is just insane that Micron is saying out loud, like, yeah, it is no longer in our financial interests to sell our products to manufacture products and sell them to people. And that is such, like, I mean, we all know this deep down, but it's wild that there is a company that is saying it. One of the few companies that makes stuff that's good and sells it to you that is like just out and out admitting it and saying, and we're done.
Yeah, we're looking at the math, and there's like no point doing this to you because just directly to the AI freaks.
Because we were like talking about like we have this instinct built into us as Americans that are like, well, if we don't like what a company's doing, we'll vote with our dollar and then they'll see. And well,
Yeah.
Joe, we're still in the mindset that we're in the human world. We're not. We're in the world of the machine and the efficiency unit. And it has become clear that if you actually want to build wealth of any real amount, having skill or manufacturing capacity is immaterial and actually probably a hindrance. The thing you have to do is speculate and invest and get into crypto
And
and
B2B,
AI
you have
grifts.
to do B2B because that's what's wonderful about B2B is both parties can just be speculative bullshit and you can really just improv more money into reality. It's awesome.
It really fucking sucks to be in a world that is trying so hard to transition into a post-human version of itself. I mean, like, this is why they're trying to sell genocide so hard. And like, that is what the modern conservative movement is, essentially a large advertising campaign for worldwide genocide. Like, the main thing is kill them.
Yeah, there's not much left in terms of like fig leaf. Like it's just like I think literally today Musk was like just saying like it's so messed up that immigrants get to vote. Like it's just like so like he like the base level of the insane shit you can say now it's like completely fine. Like we are so far gone. Any utterance like that is taken not like it's like, oh wow, that's really out there. It's like that sure is the median voter.
Yep.
Even though it's not, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's sort of the light in the darkness is that, like, every once in a while there will be an actual expression of human will that is so out of line with what the media and elites are trying to push on us. My big example is the landslide election of our boy Zoran. I wish he was our boy, New York's boy, Zoran Mamdani. That felt good.
Yeah, it felt good also to literally see like all of the rogues gallery of shitty people come out for Cuomo and try to get him and they all lose. Like that
Yep.
felt good too. That was also good.
What is the deal with who is the entity that is putting on funding, filming, and distributing film of these events that seem to just be a big glossy stage where they put Hillary Clinton in a big chair and have her be like, all young people are stupid.
Hey, can you give us a really just awful soundbite for
Yeah.
everyone? Thank you. Oh, I'd love to.
If you thought it was bad when a Palestinian child got its head cut off, you're so fucking gullible. Don't you know they're gonna grow up to be some type of ape? And it's like, shut up.
Yeah, and like just the baseline level of violence in the world is so insane. So when it's like, it's actually not that bad. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about? everything is just violence. Violence is daily life. He was cooking with that. Like
Violence is
that is
daily life.
violence is daily life.
That's Parquet Court's Wide Awake. Violence. Great,
Violence is daily life.
great album, great song. Violence is
But yeah,
daily
Crucial's
life.
going away, and
Like we made jokes about like it's so annoying that Nvidia is like the cornerstone of the AI grift and like the most valuable company of all time because its things allow its chips and
it
cards
should be
allow AI to
graphics
be.
cards, and the instead what it is, it's the CEO of Nvidia now being like, yes, the future of work will you'll wear two hats. Your shoes will be so different. Like he's just like he's not speaking on the graphics card stuff. And he's not even necessarily speaking on the AI stuff because they're all just doing wish casting about like, we are selling you futurism as like a rah-rah brand.
Yeah,
Even though it's like ugly and anti-human, but like if
yes.
you are that type, you see it as good.
I mean, because who he's not talking to us, he's talking to his peers, and his peers, they cannot be human because they cannot have relationships. They have so much money and so much power that everyone they come in contact with cannot interact with them as a peer. It just can't happen. Even
This
if
is
they,
yes.
yeah,
This is like kind of the problem. I feel like obviously capitalism is, but like on top of that, I keep coming back to the group chats problem, which is an extension of the fact that like all these guys are so removed from humanity because of wealth and everything, and they actually have like no breadcrumbs to get back there ever.
yes,
And okay, you have that at baseline, and now you see why the group chat, like when they all just gas each other up for like insane ideas, is a problem because like
yes.
you have all the money in the world and all the people least connected to their humanity, who are, and the things, the shit they say in those group chats ends up on the news like the next day.
Mm-hmm. It's very fucked up because like I'm trying to imagine like what could happen that would bring these people back to their humanity, and I'm like wish casting a little scenario, which is like maybe someone they knew, like a childhood friend before they got rich, like they're reunited with them for like the first time since becoming adults, and like this person remembers when the billionaire didn't have all this power and speaks to them as a peer and like breaks through the sycophantic deference that this person, every human interaction they've had for the last 20 years has been through this filter of sycophantic deference, and they're like,
That
wow,
sounds cool, but also fiction. Like I don't believe it.
it's
Like
fiction. And here's why it doesn't even matter. Say this person speaks truth to power and it's like, what you're doing is wrong. Consider like this is about people, man. I remember feelings, and like, oh god, I do. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna get in their group chat and said, man, I had the greatest conversation with my old friend. He said this and this. And everyone who he respects and thinks is his only friend is gonna say that's
empathy is a
wrong.
weakness or whatever. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Like how does that square with our with our kill all the people project? Because if you were going to divest from making products and selling them and having manufacturing capacity, and everyone's like, but if you do that, there won't be enough jobs for people, and there won't be enough product, and there won't be enough food. What are you gonna do? It's like, well, you idiot, that's a feature, not a bug, because they want there to be less people and more death. And then when there's less people, they won't have any little bugs and freaks to bother them.
So saying like they want there to be less people and more death is objectively true again, but if you say it, I feel like I am like insane. I feel like I am grabbing you by the shoulders in the bathroom, and I'm like, listen to me.
That's why it's better to start with the real thing, which is they want less RAM at Micro Center.
Correct. Yeah, they do. And like that makes me sad. It's also, how do I put this? Like the PC gamer is not 100% this, but there is the overlap of the PC gamer paradox fascist type. Like it's just like a thing.
Yes.
Like and they are losing their computer too, you fuckers.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna move the needle for them. I hope so. You know what I really fear? And I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. So like we talking about Nvidia. It's like, oh, it's so annoying that Nvidia is in the grift business. They should be making the chip. They should be making the graphics card that makes Forza look better. Um, I think that it will not be long before they dispense with the fiction and stop calling the things that do the AI calculations graphics cards. I think, is it
Oh,
that
yeah.
unreasonable to think that they divest fully from the consumer graphic card industry selling to people and are just like, yeah, they're now called AI cards?
I wouldn't be shocked if this happens. Off the top of my head, the only large sort of like material need is gaming consoles still need those real Nvidia things, but also those are fucking going away, aren't they? Like they're expensive and there's no games for anything, and also everything is going to
Yeah.
be cloud computing. So maybe not.
And I never bought a PS5 because it costs $1 million and it's only an incremental improvement and there's no games, because in order to justify being a PS5 game, there has to be a 10-year fucking dev cycle. And that length of a dev cycle and amount of budget requires them to avoid all risk in the design portion of the game, which makes the games boring. And I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 yet because it costs a lot and is an incremental improvement. And none of the games I mean, I want to play Donkey Kong. Don't get me wrong. That game looks amazing, but
He really goes. Wow.
not like $600 much do I want to play that game.
Yeah, I also don't have a Switch 2 yet. That was we will get one at some point. But just everything is expensive.
I want Joe, when Ivan starts being able to play video games, he's not even my son, but I will be more proud of everything he does on the controller than anything in the world that's ever happened before.
Oh my, he got so excited about his Pokemon Crocs, and I felt such pride, and I was just like, "Yep, this is Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu. Have a good one." And like to him, he doesn't know there's a game. Like he thinks Mario is a guy in a book. He doesn't know
Yes.
that there's a jumping game.
This is good parenting. You know, too often parents don't read to their kids and or tell them the names of Pokemon. Like he is so set up for success knowing about Bulbasaur now. Like what treats are in store for him. Even if he never cares for the Pokemon games, you know, he grows
Yeah,
up and the Pokemon
he'll
game.
understand that like Bulbasaur is perfect, like perfect design.
Yes.
They fucking got it in one. The bulb opens up more each time, and he gets more into jazz.
Venusaur is listening to like Anthony Braxton for
Yeah,
alto.
his room is stanky for sure. But it's just perfect, and there's a reason he's number one, because
Yeah.
that was the best one.
But like, yeah, as I said, like even if he never gets a taste for the Pokemon video games, like he knows about these fucking guys. Like, what do kids like more than like having a bunch of like names they can point to things and say, and like they're cute. And at any time you can be like, "Hey son, remember Bulbasaur? You like him, right? Well, he has hundreds of friends." And like, whoa.
Pokemon is also this thing where, like, how do I put this? Yes, I would like my son to experience like some of the stuff I liked, but I also am not like, oh, it's important for my kid to like the stuff I like. I'm not saying that. What's cool about Pokemon though is because it came out when I was young, and it's just been a giant pile of shit. Like since then, that adding more to it, like
Mm-hmm.
me engaging with him on that front isn't even like, oh, this is like the stuff that I was into. This is all kind of new because I'm not really up to speed on the new stuff. So it's a recontextualization of something I'm already familiar with, but it's not just like, oh, here's dad's thing.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like when I was into Pokemon as a young kid and my older brothers were skeptical of it. They were trying to be like, "Oh, do you think this is so cool? This is the same old thing. It's going to get lame, just you wait." The thing they would compare it to was Transformers. Like we thought Transformers was so
Dog
cool.
shit comparison, dude. Aren't your brothers lawyers? They're probably not that good.
Well, I don't know, but this was a dog shit comparison. And the thing they were trying to say is Transformers was so cool when we were kids, but then like they came out with a new set that sucked. And it's like, this is so different, because the thing about these fucking 80s, like the Transformers and shit, what they do is they wait a while and do a reboot. And like it's
Yes.
just an endless reboot. Like let's wait a while and do a reboot. And it's always a nostalgia thing. Ever since the very beginning, it's always like, "Hey, remember? We're trying it again," and it always feels so lame and like.
And what is Pokemon? Is it reboot? Is it a reboot? No, it's just like constant patch notes. It's like, oh, there's a fucking fairy one now. Like it's a new type. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy was a different type. I know Magneton was always clearly metal, but he's actually metal now. We noticed.
We decided to write it down.
Yes, and like I love it for that reason. I also did like the what was it, like the Hawaiian ones where they had like the original Pokemon that were like fucked up,
Yes,
like the
yes.
Grimer that was all like it was like rainbow sludge, things
Yeah,
like that.
he was the guy at the fucking crosswalks in Chicago, but summer.
I like that. Yes, that was nostalgia bait, but it was at least like how do I put this? It was a small element of the bigger game. It wasn't just like all your favorites are here and they're all rainbow, bitch. Eat it, eat it.
Yeah. I love my favorite one of the Hawaiian was Executor, who became like a huge palm tree with an enormous skinny neck.
Dude, that is an awesome design.
I love that the bunch of eggs is called execute as like killing. It's like a violence based pun because it's gonna fight. And I
then
think
he
that's
becomes
perfect.
the guy who does the verb.
Well, as a kid, I'm like, oh, executor. That's like someone who executes. That's like an execute. And then I learned later, no. That word is executioner. Executor is someone who like does lawyer stuff. It's like the guy who reads the will. I guess
Yeah.
that has to do with death, reading a will. But it's like, what a ridiculous word to make the pun on. After you just had the perfect one with execute. Whatever. And also, the eggs are cute.
Yeah. It's just a funny looking design. It fights by, I guess, stomping.
Yeah.
But yes, he's on the Croc train. We bought those Crocs, those Pokemon Crocs, because he is well on his way to potty training. And rather than have an accident at school where you end up pissing in your shoes, what if you're wearing Crocs? They're made to piss in.
Yeah.
So that's why we got those, and he tried those on here. And the Crocs stay at school because they're like for school. And when he got home yesterday, he was just like literally walking around the house with his hands up, like Crocs, Crocs. Where are the Crocs? Crocs. Where are my guys?
What a fucking genius! This kid's gonna go far.
He also started saying, "I tricked you" when he hasn't done anything.
Well, that you know of, dude.
Yeah. Because like we were just reading a book that's like, oh, there's a bulldozer behind the cloth flap. There's the bulldozer. And he did it normally, like, oh, there's the bulldozer. And then he turned to me and was like, I tricked you. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
Definitely someone at daycare did like a little joke and he thought it was so funny. And he's like, that punchline, I tricked you, just killed me. I'm going to tell dad all about it. Sicko mode, sicko mode, sicko mode. 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 Joe, we've been very down about the state of computers and stuff. I want to talk about something that was good that happened in my life that made my self-esteem go up and has increased my quality of life and also has to do with computers. Can I talk about this?
Yeah. What Tom is about to describe is such an important thing. It's when you have a fun little project and then you build something in the context of that project, which results in a treat dispenser for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, which is I want to have a media server that allows me to watch stolen goods. Did I say that? I meant to say torrents of Blu-rays I already own, wink, wink, from any...
Torrents are just for Linux distros. It's just the fastest way to download Mint.
Yes. And I've been talking about this forever. And so that you can watch that shit on any TV in any device on your network. Because currently what I have is a very janky setup, which is I have my big tower PC that has 2 external hard drives hooked up to it. And I download stuff directly to them and watch it I like open up Windows Explorer and click into the fucking
like
files.
A fucking caveman.
That's how I watch movies and TV shows that I, again, already have Blu-rays for, wink, wink.
You know when the Blu-rays have the file directories on them?
Yeah. And also like the Wi-Fi adapter for my tower PC, if I download too much on BitTorrent, will just crash, and I have to completely restart the adapter, and it's very annoying. So the only way I can download regularly and reliably is if I unspool a 50-foot Ethernet cable I have across multiple rooms to the modem and plug it in directly. So that is a situation that I wanted to not have happen. And so I'm like, you know what? I'll look up how to do this. And folks,
Can I pause you right there for one thing? I just want to say running a cable across like 50 rooms is, other than just like the state of the house, the most college board game gaming house thing of all time.
yes, I agree completely. And that was a huge inducement to getting this project started in earnest, because when that thing was unfurled, and once you unfurl it, because it's sort of a process both in terms of labor and sort of emotional failure, like you have to really give up and admit that you're a dirt person to undo that, to unfurl this cord. When I do that and I plug it in, it's like, okay, well, now that it's plugged in, I should download like a lot of stuff. So like there's a lot of days where I'm thinking about like what movies would I like to watch, like what TV shows I like to watch, and so when it's there for a while, and it really lowers my mood in the same way that like a bunch of dirty dishes on the table will lower your mood. It's just bad to see. So this is what I'm trying to prevent. And folks, there are people out there who will tell you that it is easy to set up a server like this, and all you need to do is look up some tutorials, and that it'll be really simple to just follow those easy directions and have it all be complete. It may be that that is true for a certain type of person, but for the type of person that I and most people am, I have to say they are out of their fucking mind if they think that the instructions that you can find online are easy to follow. There are certain assumptions that these freaks make.
If you're doing this, you are already like vulnerable of getting into the weeds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, let's say this is an easy instruction, but like this is the type of activity for people who are going to get in the weeds, period. It's going to happen.
Yes. So, like, the people who are able to write tutorials about it are like 10 years of freak development past you. So, like, you're like the target audience for like, I'd like to set up my first media server is someone who's a little curious, who wants to go a little bit further, but hasn't done it yet because they don't really know. And the person who is teaching them is a fucking freak who is assuming things that no one would ever think. Here are some of the assumptions that they make. One, they think that you, someone who is setting up a media server for your personal use where you're going to watch TV and movies from it, they think that you are like gonna find no problem with the instruction of, first, buy a $200 NAS case and 6 12-terabyte hard disks. This is the minimum amount if you want to have enough parity drives to avoid the catastrophic crashes that will happen. Remember, there's no such thing as a drive that isn't dying. All drives are either dead or dying. They will crash. Have a parity drive. Also,
Absolutely true, but it feels like you are like they're making you deal with their drive crash anxiety.
yeah, it's like, first, it is just truly insane to be like, are you looking to cut the cord and save a few bucks a month on your streaming services? Well, it's very easy to do that. First, spend $1,200 on disk drives. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, no. So I am not following the 3-2-1 data backup where you want to have 3 copies of all types of data, 2 of which are on 2 different disks, and the third copy is on a completely different type of storage, probably cloud. So you'd have cloud and 2 disks. Want to know why? I just have one fucking 8-terabyte hard disk drive onto my mini PC. Do you want to know why? Because the only thing that's on there is like fucking King of the Hill and The Simpsons. So if that has a catastrophic failure and I lose it all,
You'll get it again.
yeah, someone else saved that. It's not.
I'll call Chuck. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But Joe, here's the thing. So I got a little mini PC from China. This thing is so cool. It's like the size of 2 decks of cards, and it's a fucking computer. It's exactly a computer. I can't believe it's so litty bitty, and I have it hooked up to the Ethernet to my modem, and I have the hard disk that is plugged into that where all the libraries are. Now, here's the thing that blows my mind. This is already a lot better in that I do not have to unfurl a big cord, and I do not have to worry about the Wi-Fi adapter overloading too much data. I crashed like I did with my big tower PC. I learned about this from Tom McHenry. And again, all of the tutorials about this assume you know stupid shit. They're all like, first of all, you're going to want to put this in Docker containers. And I looked up, because like, you don't need to. And like Docker containers, they're like little virtual machines. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I kind of know what a virtual machine is, but like, why do I care? Because you can just download the apps that they want you to put in the Docker containers and run them normally. And so I looked up, what is the purpose of Docker containers, and then the name of the programs that people say to put in them. And again, this is just like, oh, you people assume a lot that the average person couldn't know. The answer to what is the purpose of Docker containers is, oh, they're just easier. Huh? What? It's like, oh yeah, it's easier. I mean, trust me, it's just easier and a lot easier to deal with. And they assume that you will go, oh, when I didn't think of it like that.
This
Totally.
is why I hate like kind of knowing stuff, but I'm still stupid, which is like based on my information about containerization for all these virtual machine stuff. If you were doing a bunch of things at once, yes, that makes sense. For something like in one place that you need, okay, I don't really know enough, but it just seems wrong. I'm just stupid.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just like, I guess I won't do that because no one fucking explains what it is. But here's the thing, Joe. Tom McHenry told me about this. It took me a long time to figure this out, but I did. And I am considering making like a tutorial video that I'm going to make an unlisted YouTube video that is just like how to set this up if you're fucking stupid. Like, if you know what the words port forwarding mean, if like port forwarding is something that you don't have to look up, don't watch this video. It's useless to you. If you're a fucking moron, this is for you. If you out there are listening and hearing me describe this and say, oh, I want that, let me know, because I don't want to make it if no one cares. Anyway, there are programs that you can get that you can import credentials for indexers, be they Usenet indexers or whatever torrent tracker you use to download digital versions of the content that you already own on Blu-ray. You put those in. You put in the download client that you're going to use, be that a Usenet download client or a torrent downloader like BitTorrent. And then you, on that software, look up a TV show or a movie, and you'd say, I'd sure like to have this. And it says, got it, boss.
I'll keep an eye out.
You can set a profile of quality, which is to say, I only want 1080p or better. Or you can say, like, I don't care about 4K. That's going to be too much file size. Don't download any 4K. But make sure that you get 1080p at least. Or if you're downloading like Frasier, I don't give a shit about how that looks. It's basically radio anyway. All I care about is hearing it. So I'm like, when you download Frasier, standard definition only, please. And it'll just do that. You don't have to do fucking anything. And Joe, this is the thing that blows my mind. When there is a show that is currently going on, releasing episodes now, it knows that like the season is happening now because some fucking nerd put it in the database. Like, there's a new season now. Here's the release dates of all the upcoming episodes. And it'll just grab them as soon as they're available. Unbelievable.
When he says grab them, he means then they are in Plex correctly as well.
Yes. Oh. And you can go to the web UI for these apps that do the downloading, and you can search and schedule things there. But even more gooder is you can sync that app with your Plex watch list, which is the sort of like bookmarks on Plex, such that if you say, ooh, I just saw a trailer for a movie that I really like, or ooh, I just saw a trailer for a movie that looks really good, but it's not out yet. You know what you can do? They already have a listing for that on Plex because it's been like announced. So you just go to Plex, you put it on your wish list, and as soon as your indexer can find a version of that that meets your quality threshold, that is to say, not a cam rip, it'll just download it right away. And then there it is. And you might have even forgotten that you did that, but there it is.
It's like in Stardew Valley when you put down a crab trap and you come back later and there's a delicious crab in here.
Dude, I've been catching crabs. Before, if I wanted to download something,
you were waiting around, blindly grabbing in the muck like a fucker.
I had to go to redactedsitename.com and type in what I wanted and look through the results and be like, what's the right one for me? Like a fucking moron. If I wanted to watch the episodes of Smiling Friends season 3 as they came out every week, I had to every week type in Smiling Friends season 3 on redactedwebsite.com, find the new one, find the one with the most unbelievable the amount of stupid
what are you,
manual
a
work.
slave? Like, seriously, it's rough stuff. And after Tom helped me with the cover letter and stuff around the house, we went out and got coffee, and we literally just talked about how Usenet is insane. Like, we just sat at this table being like, Usenet is insane. Like, I'm not new to it. I actually used it in college for a similar, at that time, all the automated stuff that Tom was describing, it might have been around, but I was not able to utilize it. I was doing a much more clunky version to get stuff. But even still, it's just like, what the fuck is this? This is like not the internet. Like, it's literally not the internet. It's
it predates the internet by like a significant margin.
Correct. And it is still around. And for whatever reason, transfers on this are always at the maximum speed of your pipe. Like, whatever you can max out at, that's what happens. That is insane. And this has been the case like forever. Like I remember being in the fucking dorms and I downloaded something and it was like 3 trilobytes a second. And I was like, ah!
With that fucking DePaul University dorm internet, I can hardly believe how fast it must have been.
I stopped using it because I got freaked out because I was like, there's no way this isn't just like a huge spike on a someone's like meter somewhere.
Yeah. If anyone is doing data trend analysis on how much crime is occurring in the dorms, this is a big red flag. This is a blocker that they're gonna get an email for even outside of work hours.
But Usenet is insane because like it's like, give us $7 and you can get into the crime carnival.
It is so yeah, Tom McHenry told me about that. I didn't know what it was, and he was like, I recommend doing that. And so I have set up Usenet in order to get digital copies of things that I already own on Blu-ray. And it blows torrenting. It's so much better than torrenting in every way. I mean, the most obvious one is you don't need to seed and keep up with the ratio.
The part that I love also, it's not really a material benefit, but it's like Usenet was supposed to be for like discussion, and the fact that it's been like jerry-rigged into movie distribution makes me feel very good. Like it just makes me feel like maybe we are gonna fix global warming.
Yes, I mean, because when I currently like don't touch the UI for Usenet, I just use those softwares that I discussed that automatically do all that shit on the back end. But in order to set it all up, I did have to sort of install all the components one by one, and so I did see sort of the UI, like the non-automated UI of
it's dog shit.
Usenet.
It's like 400 years old.
It looks like, Joe, it looks like you were setting up a tripod site in 2001 and put on like you can add a forum, put a forum module onto your site. It looked like that you hadn't customized at all. Except instead of the big word that you could hover over and click being like, do you think Wario has a big penis or a broad penis? Like a normal forum, it's like, you know, Top Gun Maverick 1080p. Like, what the fuck?
Like, it's still technically like a form topic. Like, that's what's amazing. is like this unit of delivery is still a message board somehow, and it's being
Yes.
piped into your treat machine.
Unbelievable. My quality of life has
And this
gone
is what just makes me
through
the
the
crucial
roof.
stuff so pissed again, because this is like what's fun about computers,
Yes.
okay? And it's just it's going away. It has to be killed.
This is what fucking kills me, Joe. Like, what I was doing before with the long cord and the torrenting and doing everything manually, what that is beyond most people, and like they're afraid to ever try. They're like, that I could never figure that out. It's so complicated. And I have now reached a level so far beyond that in terms of like the goodness and usefulness of the process. And in order to do that, I had to fucking smash my head against so much impenetrable bullshit where every explanation about what to do and how to set things up and had like a million assumptions of like, obviously you already know this. I mean, they didn't say obviously you already know this. It was sort of implied. They would just mention stuff and not explain what it was. And I had to be like, huh?
I
What?
can't learn networking things. I am incapable of having that information. Like, yes, I know what port forwarding is, but like that's the end of it.
Yeah, knowing what it is. I mean, it's you forward the ports, but like, what is that? What do I do with that? What does that do
And then I
for
found
me?
out the people who actually do networking don't know either, but they just know like what did jingle jangle.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, it's so fucked how impenetrable and far away this knowledge is from so many people, and to think that those in power, every fucking news company and rich person is trying as hard as they can to claw this fucking information back. This is our birthright as fucking nerd freaks, is to have a
Trump is
little
trying to
mini
take
PC.
Usenet. He definitely knows about Usenet.
This is why I think I do want to make like a tutorial video that just like walks you through like, hey, if you're fucking dumb, if you don't know what any of these words mean, I don't know them either. So I'm not going to say them like I do. I'm just going to tell you what you should fucking do. Like, this is the actual steps and this is how it works. And like,
Also, it's from another time. So it's like, you know how there's like this busted up sane pod that's always been around? I'm going to teach you how to use it.
yeah, God, it's so good. I mean, you want to know the real thing, the real, human level. I'm an animal in the world reason that I wanted to do all this. I'll tell you. When we moved into our condo that we live in now, my wife and I, there was in the bedroom a small TV mount on the wall already that the previous people who lived here did not remove. They told us, we weren't shocked by this. And my idea was, oh, I know, I'll set up a server that we can get the fucking shows on there on a TV we mount here, because we were going to make that area of our bedroom the exercise area. So we have like a little exercise bike, we have yoga mat, weights and stuff.
You have to have a screen if you're on a bike.
Exactly. And man, it took a fucking long time. Every single step of this setup process had some annoying thing that made it longer and delayed it. Mounting the TV took like a week because it didn't ever, no one in the universe wrote down which type of screws the TV uses to do the mount. And I made 3 purchases of machine screws, and it was not until the third one that I had the right size. But dude, 2 days ago, I was on the exercise bike, huffing and puffing and sweating, watching an episode of my lovely anime, The 12 Kingdoms. And I was like, I did this. Like, I am
I'm going to say
alive.
something very stupid, but I mean it sincerely here. This is the same as Hatchet. It's like when the first time in Hatchet where he's like, oh, I made a fire and I'm eating for the first time. This is the same thing. It is as important. In fact, it's better because he didn't have any video games.
Dude, that's so real. And like, I'm feeling warmth, like waves of warmth rush through my body. Oh no, I pissed. No. Um God damn. Yes, like really, like legitimately, like when I was doing that project, I felt like I was accomplishing something, like my days had meaning. And then like now that it's done, I like I made that. I made this happen. My wife was like, I would like to watch the Iranian film Chess of the Wind that was thought to be lost media. It's before like the fall of the liberal government. It was thought to be lost media, but it's been found, and I'd like to watch that. And I'm like,
It will be so, wife.
Chess of the Wind, bookmark. Next day, look at that, beautiful. I did it, dude. This is like I hate to fall back on gender tropes. I'd like to think I'm beyond that, but you know, as a man, I've a need to go out, hunt, and provide, and I've done that.
Yeah, well, the being a man, there's two parts to being a man. It's going out and hunting and providing, and then it's also upgrading your base.
Yeah, yes, yes. This is why we love little towns and video games.
Yeah, it's great. But it's yeah. I don't know. There is something about getting to build a little system that is actually used, and I don't mean like one off. I mean like this is now infrastructure in the home.
Yes, and also this is kind of goes to what you were saying before, and hopefully this is something that I will be able to do when the time comes, and they haven't just completely removed the possibility for humans to purchase computer hardware. But a lot of the decisions that I made with regard to what hardware I purchased, what storage I purchased, how I set up certain programs, a lot of the decisions were based on, well, this is going to be fine for now. But almost every part of my setup has room for incremental improvements.
You have to have a progression plan. Let's like I'm not going to get the new shit now. However, it will be the following.
Yeah. It's like I am happy to just put everything on one fucking drive and say, you know, Godspeed drive, don't fuck up. And like, I know that it's wrong. I know it's going to blow up in my face, but like, whatever. It's what I can afford now. But I've been looking at NASs. I've been looking at different OSs that are specifically for media servers that you can have the NAS run on.
We're really like, is there a Linux distro or something?
Unraid is the one that I've been looking at, which is incredible because it is an OS that lives entirely on a flash drive, and every time you power up the computer, it copies the contents of the flash drive to RAM, and all of the OS
This is the shit
runs
I
on
love
RAM.
to hear. This is the shit I love to hear. This is the shit they're taking away from us.
And it reads all of the drives, and you don't need to set up a RAID array. It is just like, got it, homie. You want to make sure this shit doesn't get fucked up? I'll make it that way. Like it will determine how much like parity space and shit you need, and just do all that on its own. And so you can have a bunch of different drives in it, but it'll all just like show up as like D. Unbelievable.
Insane.
Anyway, again, let me know if you'd want to see a little tutorial video about how to set this shit up, because it's good. And I done it the dumbass way. I don't have any Docker containers. The fucking mini PC is running Windows 11. Like everyone is like, first of all, you're running Ubuntu, right? And I'm like, why would I? What would the purpose of that be? And they say it's easier, and I'm like, what? You can't just say that. But whatever. I think that's all we got for this week. This was a good one. We needed to do this one. It's a normal one.
It's a normal one. Yeah, it feels good to be back on the mic during the weird era. Someone should give me a job. If you're listening to this and you have a bag of money, give it to me.
For real, like both of what I don't understand is I still see people getting like writing jobs, not many, but I'm just like, how does no one know how fucking useful we'd be in a writing room? Like, how do you listen to this show and not be like, we gotta hire Tom and Joe? Think of how many barks we could write for your video.
We should sell Punch Up.
Yes.
Listen to me. Are you listening? Are you a listener? Are you a fucking Patreon? Would you pay for Punch Up? I'm talking about a consulting hourly service. You would get both of us for an hour, or alternatively, you would get us a document and we would get you comments on it within a certain time frame. If either of those formats sound appealing, you need to talk to Tom, because this is something I've been not working on, but I've been maybe. And if I can get the little push to make this fucking happen, I will.
Yeah. We're good. We'll do it. We're so fucking weird. We will do anything for money. Will I take pictures of my nude body? I don't think I'm there yet, but maybe
they made me make the chairs in the nude.
They make them work nude. All right. I'm an anime sicko.
I've been Joe, an anime sicko.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, a sicko. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Tom Harrison. Joe was also a sicko. You can follow him on Blue Sky at Sharia Uncle. You can follow Anime Sickos on Blue Sky at Anime Sickos, or email us at animesickos@gmail.com. You can give us money at patreon.com/Anime Sickos if you want. Please leave us a review or something. I don't know. Tell a friend. Anyway, until next time, bye.